Big breaking news in Hoover, Alabama. Carlee Russell called 911 saying there was a toddler in diapers wandering down the side of a highway. Then Carlee disappeared. Then a massive search. When Carlee reappeared, she said she had been abducted. Was it all a hoax? Tonight, finally, the truth.
There was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person.
In Green Bay, Wisconsin, one of the most disturbing murder cases in court TV history began today. Taylor Shabiznis, accused of murdering, sexually assaulting, and dismembering Shad Therian.
In the tote bin, we found a substantial amount of blood at the bottom of the tote bin. We also found a torso of a human male.
On the docket tonight in Dedham, Massachusetts, Karen Reed is accused of murdering her police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe. But she says it is all a police cover-up and is pointing the finger at his fellow officers.
There's some level of involvement by every one of them, every single one of them. And until we're not going to rest until we get to the bottom of exactly who's behind this cover-up.
In tonight's Tank Takes, an LA impersonator in trouble, not for doing bad impressions, but for impersonating a firefighter for a made-up fire department. Tonight, we're wondering if this LA impersonator is an aspiring actor or just really bored. Get ready. This hour of closing arguments starts right now. I'm Vinnie Politan. Thank you for joining us. We sort of sniffed it out, right? We could smell it a mile away. It just something didn't seem right. And the more we learned, the more skeptical we got about the story of Carlee Russell. When the story first broke, everyone was, oh my goodness, we need to find this young woman. We need to find this baby. We need to find them. And the public reacted. They went into effect. The searches were happening. The family worried. I mean, because you hear these stories all the time about abductions and people disappearing. And in this case, with Carlee Russell, you know, once the pieces of evidence came out and police started talking about what she said, and they talked about what they found and what they didn't find, and we saw the traffic camera footage, it wasn't fitting together. Now, you on social media, you know, can go on the attack. You know, it's a free country, whatever you want. I've clearly been much more reserved on this in my reaction. I conceded my skepticism and my increased skepticism, but I still didn't want to think that someone would make all that up. But that's what we're hearing tonight about Carlee Russell. So let's go back. Let's go back. Knowing what we know now, let's listen one more time to what started this entire thing, which I think for this 25-year-old woman is going to, you know, the beginning of the unraveling of her life. It all started when she picked up the phone and called 911.
Hi, I am on Interstate 459, and there's just a kid just walking by themselves. Hold on. Where on 459 are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the Hoover Med, like to get off by the Hoover Med. Okay, so you're before the exit? Yes. Okay, and were you headed southbound or northbound? Okay, towards Tuscaloosa or towards 280? Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay. And was the child on the left or right side? On the right side. Were they walking northbound or southbound? They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Walking southbound? How old do they look? Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4. Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them? Yes. Okay, are you with the child right now? No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though. Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there? Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, what kind of car are you in? I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz. Is it a sedan or SUV? SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry. Can you put your hazards on for me? Yeah, they're on. Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them? No. Okay. No. Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian? They're white. Is it male or female? I think it's a boy, a little boy. Right now? Okay. So is he wearing clothes? Yes. Okay. What is he wearing?
It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper.
And you don't see any cars anywhere?
No, no cars anywhere.
Okay. All right. What's your name?
My name is Carlee Russell.
And you don't see any injuries on the child from where you're at, correct?
No, but I can't really see them that good.
Okay. Try to keep an eye on them for the best that you can, because I don't want you to lose track of them.
Okay.
All right. And do they have shoes on?
No. Not that I can see. I can't really see that look.
Okay. All right. I've got them on the way, okay? Just try to keep an eye on them, but officers are on the way, okay?
Okay, thanks.
It's not true. It's not true. Now, again, my skepticism grew, especially when we saw the traffic cam video, because you see the car and it keeps driving with its flashers on. Like, no toddler is moving that quickly down the road. They're just not. It didn't make sense. You didn't see a toddler on the side of the road. So again, I was like, the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I'm not seeing it. Maybe the child is off in the shadows on the right-hand side there, and I just can't see the child. But the child's like booking at that point. It's going pretty quick. Like, what toddler without shoes and diapers is moving that quick down the road? And by the way, she said there were no other cars there. There's a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's dozens of cars on the road. Obviously, you're on a highway. So today, press conference by the Hoover Police Department, and what transpired is that Carlee issued a statement through her attorney, a written statement that's given to the Hoover PD, who then reads that statement to explain what Carlee wants to say and what the truth is about this alleged toddler, plus the abduction. Remember, she said she was abducted. White guy, orange hair, back of a tractor trailer. She escapes, caught again, put in a car. Some woman playing with her hair and feeding her Cheez-Its. And you think about it in retrospect, that's kind of ridiculous, right? Anyhow, let's take a listen.
Last Wednesday, July 19th, we held a press conference and provided you with the facts of the Carlee Russell disappearance. We told you the investigation was ongoing, and we helped you determine where Carlee was during the 49 hours of her disappearance. Today I've talked to and received a statement from Mr. Emery Anthony, attorney for Carlee Russell. Mr. Anthony has scheduled a meeting for Carlee to meet with investigators early this afternoon, but then I received an email stating that a statement was being provided by him on her behalf. Mr. Anthony asked that I read the statement in its entirety, which I will do now. My client has given me permission to make the following statement on her behalf. There was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself. My client was not with anyone or at any hotel with anyone during the time she was missing. My client apologizes for her actions to this community, the volunteers who were searching for her, to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies as well, as to her friends and family. We ask for your prayers for Carlee as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in this matter. Carlee, again, asks for your forgiveness and prayers. We have a meeting scheduled with Mr. Anthony to further discuss this case. We're currently in discussions with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office in Bessemer about possible criminal charges related to this case, and we will announce those charges when and if they are filed.
Okay, so what's the future like? Possible criminal charges? We're going to need to talk about that. And then there's two possibilities here, right? Well, like, what's going on? Was it some sort of mental breakdown, or was it something else? And I don't know which is better for her. If it was a mental breakdown, then she needs help. But if it was just like a really bad plan to get some attention, I mean, that's not great either. And I wonder if which was the motivating factor behind this? Was it just a breakdown, like mental health breakdown, or was it something else to get attention or to get back at a boyfriend or whatever? Will that impact the decision on whether or not to bring charges in this case? Oh, I'm going to need a little bit of help for this. Let's bring in our think tank. Joining us tonight in Englewood Cliffs, New Jersey, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Al Wunsch III. Also with us here in the upper 48 in Stamford, Connecticut, criminal defense attorney on the winning streak, Darnell Crossland. And in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the city of brotherly love, but sometimes people get, some marital discourse. Family law attorney Jennifer Brandt is with us. Great to see everyone tonight. How much value do you see in the apology and the way that it was delivered? Al, for 20 points.
Zero. What is zero, Vin? It's
Really?
in the form of a question. Yes, absolutely. It's horrible.
Darnell,
it's horrendous.
I just want to go around. Yeah, I want to go around the horn. Darnell, what did you think of the apology and the way it was delivered to the public and to the police?
I think it was just too professional. I mean, if you're going to have an insanity or mental health breakdown defense, you can't start with the apology that sounds like Al wrote it. I mean, it sounds very professional, two together.
Al never apologizes, does he? Jennifer Brandt, what did you think?
I think that the apology, I disagree. I think that the apology is worth something, because otherwise, what's going to happen? People are continuing to look into this to figure out what happened, whether there was a missing toddler, whether she was kidnapped. So I think she had to make an apology, and it's professional because she probably put it together with her lawyer. It wasn't Al, as far as I know. But
all right, so how does this thing now evolve, and what are the factors that need to be considered in determining whether or not she should be charged with crimes here? Al?
Money.
Well, there's, first of all, it's the cost. It's the cost to the to the members of the taxpayers of that state, not to mention the fact people that may have been, stopped and questioned about whether or not they were involved in something like this. She gave a description. She had information that was patently false. And you have people who may have been, hunted down and looked for, and people with regards to there was 800 numbers to call and things along those lines. This was a very dangerous situation, and it could have led to innocent people being hurt seriously, if not killed.
Does the motivation, Darnell, behind why she did it, should that play into whether or not she should be charged with a crime?
Absolutely. It's a mitigator, but it should definitely be factored in. And this is another Jussie Smollett, if you would.
Oh, yeah.
And where the whole town went crazy. A lot of people spent money.
And we did. And just to follow up on that for just 1 second, Darnell, in the Jussie Smollett case, I believe the motivation was he wanted attention, and he wanted a little bit of leverage in his contract negotiations for his renewal for whatever show that he used to be on that I never watched. So, Darnell, what about from her perspective, what her motivation was in all of this?
Well, she definitely wasn't a star on Empire, which Smollett was on. But maybe she wanted to be an Instagram model. Maybe, a lot of these young people, they want to get this following, and they want to get, these numbers high as can be. So that could have been it. But we're going to be definitely looking at making a false 911 call to start with charges. And if the mitigation is really strong, they might stop at that, at the false 911 call, give her some community service, and keep it moving. But if the mitigations are not like that, then they can go further with the charges.
What should happen here, Jennifer?
Well, you know, Vinny, I think we have to look at the whole picture, and really, if she has a mental illness, if she's sick, that's one consideration. But you also have to look at what we were talking about before. People who, not only resources that were used in the community, police and other persons who were looking for her, but also people that donated money. I think there were rewards that were offered to find her, to find the kidnappers. What happens to them? They should be reimbursed and compensated in some way. I don't think they're getting money from her, but who knows? I mean, that's a problem. Are they going to get all the money back, all the money that was raised for different rewards? So, and her family, I mean, she not only fooled all of us and made a spectacle out of the police and everyone else, but her own family were very upset about losing her, her being kidnapped, and her friends' family. So something must be wrong here. I mean, and I think that we really have to find out if she's seriously ill and she needs help. That sounds like what is going on. Otherwise, it's a really bad ploy to get attention.
Yeah, and there's, I mean, the ton of damage, right? All the hours that are spent, but it also, I think, undermines real cases with real victims and getting the community to get involved and committed to helping find those people who are missing. So hopefully not too much damage was done, but every time you have one of these stories, you know, people's belief, they become even more skeptical every time the next story is out. All right, Al Wunsch, Darnell Cross, and Jennifer Brandt, they're with us the whole hour. Up next.